Hello, I'm Kazuyuki Yamai, the director. Nice to meet you. When I was a child, I loved drawing and aspired to become a manga artist in the future. Weekly Shonen Jump was my favorite magazine. I especially respected the works of Akira Toriyama. This is a story from my childhood, but my elementary school homeroom teacher asked me to draw a comic. And although I was doubtful, I drew a few pages, including a cover, and submitted it. It was printed and handed out to the whole class and received praise. Even though it amounted to pocket money, I also got a commission fee. It was the first time in my life that I earned money through my creativity. By the time I entered junior high, my interests had shifted to music. We formed a band, wrote songs together as members, and immersed ourselves in studio work, often performing live. My roots are in punk rock, which is the kind of music I played back then. And I think that the rebellious spirit of punk still influences the style of games I develop today. In university, I enrolled in the economics department without an objective, and was far removed from anything creative. Just when I was unsure of what path to take, the original PlayStation came out, and I was blown away by Ridge Racer. The reason was the sound was electro-rock, akin to the Prodigy, whom I admired at the time, and Rotterdam techno. I thought that with games, you could create a comprehensive work of art, like a movie. Paying special attention to not only the images, but the sound and scenario. There is even an interactivity that video works don't have. So I looked for job openings at game companies and took employment exams from only two. Sega, which was aiming to be the #1 at the time and was releasing a wide range of titles, from masterpieces to more obscure works. And Atlas, which was at the beginning of the Japanese alphabet. Atlas hired me right away, so I joined the company, and before I knew it, 27 years had passed. Although I didn't pass Sega's exam, I ended up becoming a member of the Sega group. So now I feel like I benefited from being accepted to both. I joined Atlas as a planner because I wanted to be involved in various areas, such as art, music, and scripting. At that time, there were great pioneers like Kazuma Kaneko and Shoji Meguro. So there wasn't much opportunity for me to contribute directly to art and music. However, I was able to experience and study their creativity up close, which helped me hone my eye for art and music and how to identify the key points that are important to pay attention to. Of course, my immediate senior, Katsuya Hashino, taught me not only about images and sound, but also about the skills and mindset necessary for game development as a planner. The skills I gained there are still being utilized in my current development work. So in the Devil Summoner series, it refers to people whose job it is to summon demons. Since it deals directly with demons, it is basically a profession that only those with knowledge of magic and supernatural abilities can do. A strong spirit that can resist the temptations of demons is also necessary. In the world of the Devil Summoner series, the methods of summoning demons vary from era to era. In the 1930s, when Raidou was active, humans commanded and controlled demons on their own. But since the 1990s, a program called the Demon Summoning Program has been installed on portable computers to handle all aspects of demon management, including communication and summoning allied demons. As a result, even those without magical knowledge or supernatural abilities can now manage demons using this program. Of course, there are some people who can't handle it and end up causing accidents. It's a dangerous program. Those who become devil summoners basically belong to an official organization like the Yatagarasu, which governs the country in Raidou's world, and work to maintain the peace of the country and the organization by following orders. In contrast, Dark Summoners do not belong to any organization, and instead take on assignments on a case-by-case basis. The main job of a Dark Summoner is to do the jobs that they are hired for, and their motives vary from simply making money to fulfilling personal reasons. There are also rare cases where ordinary people who have obtained a demon summoning program become devil summoners. Because the very nature itself involves programming, many of them tend to be hackers. They seem to enjoy the program like a toy, often commanding demons solely for their own personal amusement. Devil Summoner originated as a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series. The first time this concept was unveiled was in 1995, with the release of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner on the Sega Saturn. The main character is an ordinary man, but he is killed after being involved in an incident orchestrated by a Dark Summoner. The story is about how this man's soul enters the body of Kyoji Kuzunoa, a devil summoner. And from then on, the protagonist lives as a devil summoner. As the title Kuzunoa implies, the release order is reversed, but the world setting continues from the Raidou series. Kyoji Kuzunoa runs a detective agency and mainly exterminates demons with a gun-shaped portable computer installed with a demon summoning program called GUM. Kyoji is a detective, but his main job is to carry out the missions given to him by a fortune teller named Mary Kisaragi. This work depicts the confrontation between devil summoners and dark summoners for the first time. First, I will explain each series. The Shin Megami Tensei series came first, which then led to the creation of the Devil Summoner spin-off, from which Raidou was subsequently developed. The first title in the Raidou series was released in Japan on March 2nd, 2006. A few months later, on October 10th, 2006, it was released in the West. The Shin Megami Tensei series mainly depicts the battle between gods and demons, with a great drama unfolding that involves people caught in the conflict. Devil Summoner, on the other hand, highlights the drama of people whose profession involves summoning demons, focusing on more relatable themes. You could say that the source of inspiration is the mysterious things and supernatural phenomena that lurks around us, as well as urban legends. This is just my personal opinion, But I think that throughout human history, those who had the most power in a given era were considered good, and everything else was considered evil. Raidou belongs to a large organization called Yatagarasu, which maintains public order. He is considered good. However, Rasputin, another devil summoner that players will encounter in the game, is a dark summoner who accepts jobs on a freelance basis. If he accepts a job from Yatagarasu and carries it out, he is considered good. But if he accepts a job from a force hostile to Yatagarasu, he is considered evil. There is no middle ground. For instance, if a power appears that can replace the Yatagarasu, that power will then be considered good. Conversely, the Yatagarasu would become evil. This is the same as how human history has repeated itself. Both series had turn-based battle systems, but the Raidou series featured real-time combat. In the Raidou series, I aim to portray the relationship with demons in a more profound way. To illustrate the relationship between Raidou and his demons, it's possible for them to accompany Raidou on the field, and for him to directly command them to investigate cases. In this sense, I thought that making the demons move directly in battle would showcase their charm more deeply, and also provide a different experience from other Atlas titles, which led me to opt for action-based combat. His disregard for personal feelings and self-interest, and his dedication to his duties is reminiscent of a samurai. I believe that his samurai-like approach to quietly carrying out his work is what makes him cool. Since its release in 2006, there has been no reprint until now. And in that time, fans have been requesting a reprint. In response to all of that feedback, we wanted to stay as faithful to the original as possible to stay true to their memories. However, the game system is undeniably outdated. And especially when it came to the first title, Soulless Army, there were many aspects in the game system pointed out that did not meet fans' expectations, especially in combat. So in order to encourage players to try the game once more, I thought that these points needed to be addressed. That's why we chose to remaster the game, aiming to create a game that looks nostalgic but feels brand new. First of all, in terms of combat, the number of Raidou's actions and techniques has been greatly increased from the original. And we've made it so that allied demons would fight autonomously and optimally. This allows the player to focus solely on controlling Raidou. Additionally, we've added a shortcut function that will allow you to use items during battle, give simple commands to your allied demons, and even switch demons with the press of a button. The original version had many elements that disrupted the flow of combat, such as the need to pause and open commands just to give instructions to allied demons. So we worked hard to eliminate them. Furthermore, in the older game, it's easy to lose track of what you need to do next. But in this game, the minimap is visible at all times. and the next objectives are displayed, which allow the player to focus on the gameplay. We've also made it possible to change environment settings and reread tutorials at any point of the game to improve the quality of life. The random encounter system has been changed to a symbol encounter system, allowing you to avoid unnecessary battles. We reviewed the difficulty levels overall and prepared new options to suit those who want intense combat, as well as for those who are not good at action games and want to avoid a game over. Of course, we've increased the number of demons you can summon to make the collecting element more fun, and added side quests to make the gameplay less linear. It's hard to pick just one, but I'd say Neko Shogun. It was not in the original, and has been added to the remastered version. Neko Shogun fits right in as if it's always been there, and is charming and cute. I said earlier that the Raidou series does not have as serious a setting as the Shin Megami Tensei series. One of the appealing points of the Raidou works is that you can enjoy the world of the Taisho era while walking around with a character like the charming Neko Shogun. If you are a fan of SMT, I hope you will try to make your favorite demon your ally in the world of Raidou. If you use that demon to investigate a case, you'll definitely experience a different kind of fun from the SMT series. This is a remaster of the first game in the Devil Summoner series, so you can enjoy it as is without any prior knowledge. Also, for us Japanese, the setting of the Taisho era is so far in the past that it's no different from a fantasy world, so there's no need for concern. I hope that people from all over will enjoy it as if it were an otherworldly experience. Raidou was a title that could not be played on current consoles, but thanks to the support of our fans, we were able to re-release it. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of you. Thank you. My request for fans is to share the appeal and spread the word on social media to those who have come to know of Raidou through this game. And for those who have just discovered Raidou through this work, please ask questions about it to the fans who supported his return. I would be very happy if this title could bring old and new fans together. Whether you're a new or existing fan, please continue to check the official information that will be announced in the future. And when this game is released, I hope you will all play as the hero Raidou Kuzunoha and take on difficult cases to save the Imperial capital.